Today I'll be solving weighted average campaigns SQL problem, a query with the interview queries new feature that is known as like practice with AI interviewer. Hey everyone, my name is Mohammed. I'm a Senior Data Insights Analyst working at Molson Coors. As you can see, it was asked for the positions such as software engineer, data analyst, and product analyst. And the Nvidia company has asked these questions in interviews. So let's start solving this. So I'll be solving the SQL query with the interview queries new feature that is known as like practice with AI interviewer.
Hi, I am the AI interviewer. Here is the question. A marketing team wants to compute a weighted average score to measure the effectiveness of their past email campaigns. They want the weight of the open rate to be 0.3 and the weight of the click rate to be to 0.7. Write a SQL query to calculate the weighted average for each campaign. Start implementing your solution in the code editor and share your thought process with me.
So here we have the question and the AI interview just said the question. Like the question is like marketing team wants to compute weighted average score measure the effectiveness of their email campaigns. So we have the weight of the open rate. So let's note it down. Open rate is 0.3 and the click rate is 0.7. Write a query to calculate the weighted average for each campaign, start implementing. Okay. So what tables we have? Campaign ID, campaign name, now users, opens, clicks, campaign name. Okay. I'll be just like confirming with the AI interviewer whether like my thought process is correct or not. Hey AI, would you mind explaining me whether my thought process is correct or not? I believe that open rate is a form of email campaign where the email is sent and the number of users have opened the email, and the click rate is nothing but the emails which have been sent and the users have opened and the users have clicked into that email.
Your understanding is on the right track. The open rate is indeed the number of users who opened the email divided by the total number of users. Similarly, the click rate is the number of users who clicked on the email divided by the total number of users. You will need to calculate these rates and then apply the given weights to compute the weighted average for each campaign. Keep going with your implementation and let me know if you have any further questions.
So based on the insights I provided, we can write the formula for open rate as num opens here. So opens, like number of times the email has opened and like number of users. And for click rate, we have number of clicks here and then number of users. Yeah, now we can go ahead with the solution part. So let's check the expected output here. Campaign name. Okay. Select campaign name. We have to calculate the open rate, click rate, and sum both of them to get the weighted average. It's 0.3. That is open rate into the formula is num opens num users. And we are summing up with the click rate that is 0.7 into num clicks by num users. The output requested is in like weighted average for email campaigns. So let us go to the question and check if everything is implemented here. So SQL query to calculate the weighted average of each campaign. Click rate is the number of clicks. Okay, it is mentioned as to be rounded to 2 decimal places. So we have function called round for that. We'll use it. Let's try without rounding it. Oh,
It seems there is a syntax error in your SQL query. You are missing a comma between campaign name and the calculation for weighted AVG. Additionally, ensure that you are using the correct column name campaign name as per the table schema. Also, remember to use the round function to round the weighted average to 2 decimal places as required by the question. Please make these adjustments and try again.
I was just making sure to how the AI checks the error, and it's really spot on, and it caught like the comma error and also the round function error. So let's re-execute by adding the round function with it, and to the 2 decimal points here. I think we are good to go.
Your query is almost correct, but there is a small syntax error. Ensure that you are using the correct column name, campaign name, with an underscore instead of a space. Please correct this and try executing your query again.
Okay, just made an error in campaign name here. Let's run the code. Here we go.
Congratulations on submitting the correct solution. Could you please provide a brief explanation of your approach and how you arrived at the solution? If you have any further questions or need clarification, feel free to ask. Otherwise, you can end the interview when you are ready.
So my thought process for this question was, since there was already open rate and click rate in the question with 0.3 and 0.7 values, what I did was like I calculated the open rate by number of opens dividing by the number of users, and calculated the click rate by using number of clicks and divided by number of users. And I multiplied them and sum their total, say total campaign clicks, and I rounded it off to like 2 decimal places using the round function.
Great explanation. You effectively calculated the open and click rates, applied the given weights, and used the round function to ensure the result met the requirements. Well done on solving the problem. If you have any more questions or need further assistance, feel free to ask. Otherwise, you can end the interview.
Ending the interview here, and okay, we got score of 8.77, and here we go. Okay, one thing I liked about this is like it is giving you the feedback here, like the positive points and the point to address and the areas of improvements. As you can check in the areas of improvement that we missed, some of the syntax details like mentioning the wrong column name and the commas, and also like some initial errors, and it's literally providing you at the end saying that where you can potentially improve and like testing the query kind of thing. So that's really good. Okay, really good to see like how interview query people have built up a new feature which literally helps the candidates who are interviewing to like practice as a mock interview and share their thought process and self-evaluate themselves, and like prepare for interviews.